Psychic Sid. I am Psychic Sid. I'm a professional astrologer, psychic, shaman, medium, seer, volleyball player. All the information you're looking for is in the description box down below. If you're interested in the products that I sell here at Psychic Sid, those are in the description box down below. And thank you so much for supporting Psychic Sid. Thank you so much for your kind comments, likes, subscriptions, donations, readings, bookings, and referrals. And this is a reading for Capricorn. You can have a Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Capricorn. You could be energetically connected to someone who does, or you could have just came across this reading and it resonates for you. I have been predicting the future for 24 years in September. So I'm really excited to do your reading, to dive in, see what's going on for you, and let's do it, Capricorn. You could have these placements in your astrological chart. You could be energetically connected to someone who does, or you could have came across this reading and it resonates for you. You do not have to be a Capricorn to resonate with this reading. Okay, this is reading for Capricorn. Let's get right into it. What's the future for Capricorn in money, work, finances, career? Okay. We have a card that flew out. What's the future for Capricorn in work, money, career, finances? Work, money, career, finances. Okay. What's the future for Capricorn in love, please? I hope that you are feeling amazing and everything that you're wishing to manifest in your life is coming into fruition. What's the future for Capricorn, please, and love? The future for Capricorn, please, and love. What's the future for Capricorn, please, and love? Okay. All right. So for the future of your finances, Capricorn, you have also, if you're interested in my social media to see what's going on with social media with Psychic Sid, you can find that on the sides here. Okay, and let's dive right in. So for the future of your finances, Capricorn, this is going to be a time for you to embrace all of the lessons and the wisdom that you're able to experience in the unknown. So in the process of not knowing like what's going to happen, right? With work, money, career, finances, right? You will be in the future embracing all of the lessons that you're learning in the period of being in the unknown, essentially. And really recognizing like you never know what can happen, right? And that there is a lot that you can learn from not knowing, essentially, from what you don't know. There's a lot that you can learn in that period of not knowing everything. So, you know, because Capricorn, you represent on some level also control, right? Being able to control, being able to recognize. And this is about saying that we don't have control over everything. We don't know everything that's going to happen. And embrace what you experience and what you learn when you don't know as well, right? And you also have designer here. So I feel like you're going to be expressing yourself more, expressing your individuality. You could also be working in fashion in the future, art in the future, anything that's artistic, okay? I also feel like saying that things are being modeled. Things are being modeled. Because when you go into a museum, you know, you're looking at things, right? You're looking at statues. As I'm looking at these statues, I'm thinking like things are being modeled. So this can even be like maybe your art is being modeled, whatever artistic creation, right, that you are manifesting in the future. It will be modeled, it will be displayed. There we go, displayed. That on display. Okay, because I was like, what is the word? I'm like, trying to find on display. Okay. It's also saying that regarding your finances, your career, your money, get creative, okay? If there is a new talent, you may discover that you have some kind of new talent that could make you a lot of money, all right? It's also saying that it's time for you to follow your instincts, okay? It's time for you to follow your intuition at this time when you're making business decisions. You could also, in the future, be wanting to work with animals or, rescuing, anything that involves rescuing animals. The veterinarian field could also be something that you're interested in. If there is a particular animal that you really feel drawn to, connect to that particular animal in order to improve your finances. Okay, so that means like if there's some kind of animal, if that animal could be, say it's a butterfly, right? You feel really deeply connected to the butterflies or just butterflies in general. It's saying connect to what are those strengths that you look at the butterfly, right? That you can find in the butterfly. So is it its swiftness or its beauty or its ability to, butterflies can't be touched. Its wings can't be touched in order for it to take flight. So is it like you having certain boundaries, right? Like that butterflies have boundaries, that you should be applying certain boundaries to your finances, right? Or work or in career, right? Or with your money. So it's like connect to whatever animal that you feel the closest to in order for you to improve on your finances, okay? Now, the future for you in love, you have redemption. So, when we're thinking about coming fresh out of water, right? Here is the ponytail holder. So that's signifying that everything is loose, right? The hair is loose. It's about, when we're talking about redemption, it's about not even just like a second chance. We're talking about redeeming. We're talking about being seen differently. Because it doesn't even necessarily mean you'll be seen in the original light. It means that you'll be seen completely differently, right? And it could be that you even look better than your previous life from what you started off as, right? In your love life, you're going to be seeing that there is a new light that you'll be looking at your love life. That you're feeling like, okay, it was going one way and now it's going in a complete different way where things feel fresh, things feel maybe very clean, and you feel like it has the potential to have like this fresh start, this new beginning. Cleansed. It's like cleansed, it's purified. Now, it looks like, it's a lot of water. It's looking like the ocean. And when we're talking about the ocean, we're obviously talking about like seawater. So it doesn't mean that just because you get cleansed, it's going to feel good or it's going to feel easy, right? Because if you have any wounds or any cuts, you're definitely going to feel it once it touches that particular water. So this is like not an easy journey, right? So regarding love, relationship, even the relationship and love that you have for yourself, you could be feeling like this journey wasn't easy, but it was definitely worth it, right? Because now you're above water, now you can breathe. Because elevation is upward. Now you can breathe. You may be like very introverted. Like when it comes to love, when it comes to like relationships, you're just someone who's very introverted. You may like to spend a lot of time to yourself, right? And here we see the butterfly. The way that you communicate will change and transform. You may also feel like in the future that you are a completely different person, that your relationship is renewed. Okay. You may be with someone who's very introverted, or you could be very introverted. But the way that there is communication will change in your love life. And when we're looking at the butterfly, it's very beautiful, right? So I feel like this is about saying that the communication is different, is more beautiful, is transformed, reborn. Okay. All right, what's the future for Capricorn? What is the future for Capricorn? Spirit is tickling my nose. What's the future for Capricorn? That's funny. What's the future for Capricorn? Hidden energy. This life-changing events. So life-changing events. So you'll have the Devil in reverse, Capricorn Aquarius energy. You have the Hierophant Taurus energy. And the Page of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Fuchsius, Pisces energy. Hidden energy is the Fool here, Aquarius, Aries, Capricorn, Scorpio energy. What's interesting is you see like there's all this paint, right? Almost like covering one. And then like there's a cleanse of that. So I feel like these could even be the things that you've experienced that have made you feel like you can't express how you emotionally feel, right? And sort of that like being cleansed in order for you to be able to express how you feel and be who you truly are. You could even feel like you're being seen for who you truly are and not for what you've experienced. Oh, that's really amazing. I also feel like you could have, for many of you, you've gotten rid of some kind of addiction in the future, some kind of toxicity. This can be an obsession, an attachment, okay? Something that blocks you from opening up one's heart. Right? There's something that this can even be like, maybe when we're talking about the devil, we're talking about anything that is a physical manifestation, basically, because anything can actually be toxic because we can become obsessed with anything. Okay. So you've gotten rid of some kind of obsession or addiction. This can also be someone around you. Okay, getting rid of something. Okay, this can be an addiction to alcohol, drugs, jealousy, toxicity. This can be a toxic person, place, or thing, job. This can be a mindset. This can be control. You're releasing control. And there is a very deep belief in some form of spirituality or religion. So you could go to church. You could be religious or spiritual. You could be a priest, a bishop, a shaman. You could be someone who owns a spiritual business. You could know someone who does, okay? And if you do own some kind of spiritual business or do some kind of spiritual work, you will be known worldwide for that particular spiritual work. Many people will come to you for your work, for your belief, or for your teachings. Now, for many of you, I'm also seeing like you could be married. For many of you, you're happily married. Now, if you're single, I see that you will be meeting someone who believes in the same type of relationship that you believe in. So a traditional marriage, traditional relationship. If you are in a relationship, it's a traditional relationship. For many of you, you could also be in a traditional marriage, okay? On the same page with your significant other regarding what is a relationship, what is a marriage. Now, you could be going to someone for advice who could be a priest, bishop, shaman, or someone who works into some type of spiritual work. You could work into some type of spiritual work. There's a very big connection for you with a religion or a spirituality. And that's really helping you get rid of whatever addiction or attachment that you have, or even releasing control. You're like, I have given it to God. Psychic said, okay, I don't want control. I released it. I gave it to God. And I have a very strong belief in who I believe in, okay, that everything's going to be okay, that everything is all right. Now, I feel like you're getting good news from a distance, okay? There's really good news that you're getting from someone at a distance. If you're in a relationship, you could be with, for some of you, there's someone here who's younger. If you're in a relationship, others of you, like I feel like you could be with someone who's younger than you. And like, they're giving you good news and they're at a distance. It was interesting that it's in a container. If you look very closely at this picture, whatever the message is, it's like it's in a container. Contained. Someone is containing their excitement. Like they're very, very excited. Someone's giving very, very good news. And I feel like you're doing something you've never done before. Some of you guys could be dealing with a water sign. Queen of Cups, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Ophiuchus. Others of you, you could be like in a very feminine energy. And if you're in a relationship, you have the masculine energy's best intentions at heart. Now, if you are single, I feel like you are using your intuition regarding love and you're very emotionally available in regards to love. Now, I feel like Capricorn, in general, you could be dealing with somebody who is very, like, intuitive. They go based off more of their emotions. They're centered more in their emotions. You can't see it. If you look, it's a cup, right? But it's like, look, I got my cards on the table. You can see exactly how I feel. But realistically, right, can you really? Not really, right? Because it's a cup. So there's something in the cup that you can't see, the emotion. You know that there's love because it's the Queen of Cups. Just don't know how much, right? There's a lot of love in there. Now, I feel like you are doing something you have never done in regards to your career. You could be doing a career you've never done before. You could be graduating. You could be traveling somewhere you've never traveled before. Really recognizing, like, it's a new you. It's a new you. It's a new beginning. Willing to take risk. Feeling free of baggage, burden. Let's see what your advice is. Some of you could be getting married. Some of you will be diving very deeply into your relationship or marriage, or getting into a relationship that could lead into marriage for some of you. All right, let's pull a card for you. 3 cards actually came out for you, Capricorn. This will be happening for you by Leo season. So we have Leo season actually coming up soon because we're currently in Cancer season. So you have dark matter mystery, the number 38. Okay, so I feel like this is also really talking about that feeling of like not really knowing what's going on. With dark matter is essentially what is the scaffolding of the sky, right? So we're talking about the darkness of the sky, and when you see the stars and you're like, oh, the stars are really pretty and the moon is really pretty and the really pretty, right? When you're looking at the darkness, that is the grandmother. That is the dark matter. A sense of existence. So when we're talking about as above, so below, as it is, so it be, as within, so without, we're talking about how the sky is essentially mirroring down below. And what could it possibly be mirroring? What could we possibly be mirroring that is just as unknown as the sky? The sea. The sea is just as deep and just as unknown, right? So that is the great mystery. And I feel like there's something legal you're going through that is going to go in your favor. Congratulations. You'll be hearing about this by Libra season. So this will be happening after Leo season. Okay. We're currently in Cancer season. Libra season is going to be after Virgo season. So we have like a little bit of a ways to go. Okay, once Libra season hits though, I feel like something legal goes into your favor. Things begin to change, especially by Scorpio season. I feel like this is a period where you don't really know what's going on. You could have been feeling like you've been, again, spending a lot of time by yourself. Solitariness, the desert, the number 38, mystery, dark matter. And then you have the number 13 here. Learning how to be responsible. I feel like there's a feeling of you learning how to be accountable, learning how to be responsible. And that also reflecting in your relationships or in your marriages and in your connections. I feel like this is something that you've realized by spending time by yourself. And you've completed a cycle. In the future, you have completion west, the number 4. So I feel like you, especially if you're in a relationship in a masculine energy, you want to take more responsibility in the relationship. You feel responsible for your significant other. I also feel like if you're a masculine energy, that you will be owning your own business. And that's that new thing. There's something you're doing. You will be owning your own business. And I feel like you finally realize like the missing piece, the missing puzzle. I feel like people are watching you. If you look, there's like people watching this person who's like trying to just swing, right? People talking about you, paying attention to you. You got the sun here, which is the light, which was what I was saying. Like, I feel like there's a feeling of like not really knowing, right? There's a lot of mystery, a lot of unknown in regards to life and in regards to who you are. I feel like you're realizing like it's okay for you to become anew constantly. That's okay. That's a part of life. And to surround yourself with people who are accepting of you in every stage of your life as well. Because that's love. Love is I love you, not I love you, but. Once you add the but, that's not love. It's I love you. That is love. So I feel like there's a lot of illumination here. This is also about you being happy. I feel like you're going to be really happy in regards to what you do for work. I feel like this is not something that you're doing alone, because if you see this, like, You're here watching it, and it's shining very brightly. So I feel like you're getting a lot of recognition. And I feel like allow yourself to be recognized. Know that you will be recognized. In regards to love, I feel like you need to know that you have colleagues, schoolmates. I feel like in regards to love, you need to know that you have a deceased colleague, schoolmate, sibling, friend, lover. There's someone who's deceased who is watching over your love life. They want it to succeed, okay? So you should know that. They are watching over it. With the sun here, this can be also, you know, someone who maybe makes you feel like a child, right? That can also be like a father figure because it's the sun. When we're talking about the sun, we could be talking about like the sun figure as well, right? And so for some of you, that could be like a deceased son, that could be deceased father, deceased colleague, maybe it's a deceased sibling, a deceased, you know, lover. You could be a widow. You know, there's someone who is deceased though, who is watching over your love life, and they want it to succeed. And if you are married and one of you were to pass away, the other person would not remarry. The love will go past death. It's also saying that in the future, the advice for you regarding career is you will be working with your lover, okay? Work with your lover. That's something that will actually not just bring you joy, but a lot of positive recognition. Okay, you will get what you want. That is something that you need to know. If there is something that you want in life that you came here for this reading about, you will get that particular thing. I do see that you've been thinking a lot about your relationship, marriage, your home life, your family. And you feeling like you're doing things in a way you've never done it before. You're taking a risk. You're taking a risk. Taking a risk. I see in the future that you'll be taking a risk and going somewhere you've never gone before. This can also mean that you work in the entertainment industry, or you should work in the entertainment industry. That can be like theater or singing, dancing, acting, rapping. Some of you may work in health. Others of you may work in religion, politics, or the government. Some of you may work in rehabs or rehabilitation centers. Some of you work with your intuition. Some of you work with technology or sports, children for some of you. Some of you work with mothers. Others of you, you work with, you work in like you have to talk or communicate for a living. I also feel like you may have to use your emotions for a living in your work. Some of you guys could be like bartenders or baristas, okay? Or like waiters or something. You may work as a realtor. You may work with homes. You may work with the heart. You may work at the esoteric and the occult. Some of you guys could be witches or psychics, okay? You could know one. Some of you guys could even work in philosophy, psychology, spirituality, or religion. Many of you guys could work like in entertainment. Like people watch what you do, what you create. You could also be spending a lot of money on like clothing, tailoring, or art, fashion. You could be spending your money on that. Like on designing things. You could be spending your money on getting things designed. You could be spending your money on animals. Whether it's taking care of your animals, buying an animal. Okay. You can make your money by taking care of animals. Also, with the hidden energy being the Fool, if there is some kind of competition, you will be winning that particular competition. So congratulations, Capricorn. this was a really cool reading, Capricorn. Congratulations. I'm really happy for you. If you are interested in the products that I sell here at SIKIKSYD, those in the description box down below. If you feel like, oh my gosh, this is my reading, okay, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. The more that you interact with this reading, the more likely it is to come into fruition for you, okay? And thank you so much for your kind comments, like subscriptions, donations, readings, bookings, and referrals. Amen and Ashe.